On this Overreaction Sunday, we'll talk about the High Limit Championship maybe being over already, plus another Scott Bloomquist comeback has been derailed, a big win for Tanner Holmes, and more. Let's go. It's Sunday, May 5th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. As I figured, the new hats didn't last long over in the Dirt Tracker merch shop. The charcoal already completely sold out. There are just a few left of the white hats. If you want to see what they look like this. Snapbacks on the back. These feature the Your Daily Dose of Dirt logo. It's actually a rubber patch, and then the lids themselves are a performance style from Richardson. They are snapbacks, very lightweight though, moisture wicking and stretchy. They're not the same thing as kind of a typical Richardson. These are a little bit nicer one. You can grab a shirt, a hat, or a sticker right now or anytime over at shop.dirtracker.com. If you buy today, I will ship today. It was a busy weekend of dirt racing across the country. Even though we did have some rainouts, there were plenty of shows that looked iffy before Thursday and Friday, but surprisingly, a lot of them did get in, including both National Sprint Car Series races. With the Kubota High Limit Sprint Cars, I think there's a very reasonable chance that we look back at this last 2-week stretch as the moment Brad Sweet really took control of this championship. He was winless through his first 9 High Limit starts and had trailed Tyler Courtney in the standings. But since April 19th at Southern Oklahoma, Sweet has won 4 of the last 5 High Limit races and was 4th in the other one. We started out before the season saying that this was definitely Brad Sweet's championship to win, and then we got started and maybe it looked like it was going to be harder than we thought it was, but then now we've had these last couple of weeks. This weekend at Lakeside, it was a complete sweep, including Saturday's $50,000 to win finale. It was 5th to the win Friday over Courtney and Kyle Larson, and 6th to the win last night over Larson and James McFadden. Headed to 34 Raceway in Tri-City next weekend, Sweet is now the championship leader by 8 points over Courtney. Sunshine continues to run well, though. This isn't for, a lack of effort, a lack of performance out of the 7BC. They've led laps. They've got 11 straight top 10s, a lot of speed. But Sweet and the 49 team have just absolutely come alive. They're on a different level right now. And then looking at a few other drivers down the order, I continue to be surprised by how little we've seen from Justin Peck this season. 9th in the standings, very up and down. He was 5th last night, but that was after finishes of 15th and 17th the previous 2 races. And Corey Eliason's woes just absolutely continue. He DNF'd last night after breaking an axle and didn't even make the feature on Friday, missing out on a transfer in the B. These guys are still searching for speed with new crew chief Jim Shuttlesworth still down in 13th in the standings. Like I said, High Limit back next weekend. With the Outlaws, they got both shows in at Eldora along with the USAC Sprint Cars for Let's Race 2. Sheldon Haudenschild had a dominating win on Friday, while David Gravel came out on top of a good battle with Donnie Schatz last night. Sheldon definitely looks to be on a better path than he was a year ago. Through 18 races, he's already bested his win total from 2023. That NOS 17 showing a lot of speed right now. Buddy Kofoid, Carson Macedo, they added to their top 10 streaks as well. Macedo also currently has 8 straight top 5s. No real changes in the championship order at the moment. Going to Pennsylvania this week, David Gravel still in control by 48 over Schatz, Gio Scelzi, Macedo, and Logan Schuchart. Logan still consistent, but no podiums at this point. Still surprised by that one as well. Schatz back in contention at Eldora after being outside the top 10 at both Haudenschild and Jacksonville. The Outlaws are at Lincoln on Wednesday and then Williams Grove next weekend. Weekend USAC wins at Eldora went to Robert Ballou and Justin Grant. Ballou won a photo finish over Kyle Cummins on Friday. Just nipped him right at the line. Really great ending to that one. And then JG came out on top of a fantastic slider fest with Logan Seavey on Saturday. Grant, though, promptly junked his sprint car after the checkered, flipping in turn 3 and then needing to be towed to victory lane. And then Kyle Larson with a savage tweet afterwards saying he was handing the celebration fail crown over to Grant. If you might remember, Larson crashed the Rumley 6 late model after winning at Golden Isles in 2023. That was a Lucas win. World of Outlaws late models had a fun 2 nights at Mississippi Thunder. Nick Hoffman getting win number 3 on Friday, and then Ryan Gustin outdueling Bobby Pierce last night. 9 races into the season, Hoffman looks like a legit title contender with the Outlaws. He's just 24 points behind Brandon Shepard for the lead right now. And Gustin and his team might be onto something with that Wells Infinity chassis. Third with the Carolina Clash at Livonia on April 26th. They won the Hunt the Front show at Smoky Mountain, and then a fourth and a win this weekend with the Outlaws. If you might remember back to that Todd Turner Dirt on Dirt story, he talked about getting a lot of help from Overton and the Wells guys. Impressive stuff right now from Gustin and that Todd Cooney-owned team. They're fast, and they're still kind of in the mix here in the championship standings as well. Updating the Brandon Shepard-Randall Edwards deal from last week, the team did announce publicly late in the week that Edwards had officially departed Shepard Racing. You might remember we broke this story on the Thursday Daily Show. Edwards already has a new home, though, as he's been hired to guide 15-year-old Carson Brown. Brown has made appearances this season with both national tours. He was 10th in his last race with the Carolina Clash at Cherokee. The North Carolina driver also regularly makes appearances at Millbridge. The other dirt late model story I wanted to talk about today is the derailment of yet another Scott Bloomquist comeback. Bloomer had signed on to run the full Hunt the Front series this season, but just 5 races into the 25-race schedule, things sound like they're probably over already. Friday night at Ultimate Motorsports Park here in North Carolina, after a lengthy delay to the program because of rain, Bloomquist was involved in a massive pileup early into the 50-lap feature. Down the front straightaway, his car just suddenly veered to the right. I don't know if they broke something. It was kind of hard to tell, but the car just took off. Clay Knight somehow not getting collected in that one. It was a very, very close shave for him, but several others were, and that included Chris Ferguson, Ashton Winger, Jamison McBride, Zach Mitchell, Trey Mills, and Jeff Smith. Everyone was okay in the aftermath, but several big hits, a lot of damaged race cars, and a 25-minute red flag period was needed to clean up the carnage. Bloomquist credited with 22nd in the feature. He sits 13th in the Hunt the Front standings right now. Chatter, though, on the interwebs points to the team off the tour and likely not racing again until the Dirt Late Model Dream at Eldora in June. Some have said the team only had a single car and single engine, and the damage from the incident hurt that car. Bloomer did tell Flow Racing and Dirt on Dirt a few months ago that he was short on equipment for the season, so these recent rumors would seem to be in line with what he said back then. The Hall of Famer had shown flashes of speed early on this year, including a 5th with the Spring Nationals at Tazewell and a 2nd with the Hunt the Front series at Alltech. Hunt the Front doesn't race again for a few weeks, but if the chatter is true, we won't see Bloomquist again for a month. Sam Seawright was the HTF winner on Friday over Brandon Overton. Their Saturday race at Lancaster was rained out. Before we close out today, big hat tip to Tanner Holmes on his 360 sprint car win at Hanford on Friday night. He got around leader Cole Macedo on the final lap in traffic and held on for the victory after Macedo went full send into 3 and 4 and ended up crashing. Holmes hadn't won a sprint car race since July of last year, and his family team has really battled on the road early this season. He finished out 2023 in the Shark Racing 1T with the Outlaws, but is back in the family-owned 18T for this season. 8 national touring appearances so far with 4 features made and a best finish of 13th that came against High Limit at Salina. This will be a nice confidence booster, though, as that Hanford feature included the aforementioned Macedo, plus California stars Dominic Scelzi, DJ Neto, Chase Johnson, and others. This was not a soft field of guys. Holmes is sticking around the West Coast for the next couple of months, running up through the Super Dirt Cup at Skagit. Their schedule shows them heading back east in July. Other weekend sprint car winners included Lance DeWeese at Williams Grove, Scotty Thiel with the IRA at Cedar Lake, and Aaron Reitzel won the Knoxville 410 opener last night. That's it for the Daily Show today. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.